Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage and yet another project. This is a Citroën Méhari. I already have one of those. Some of you might know that. I am in the process of a complete rebuild of one of these. But this one came up on Facebook Marketplace and I really couldn't resist it. The cool thing about this one is that it actually comes assembled. The other one I bought was already disassembled. So it will be a bit more fun to show you guys. I'm pretty sure it will need pretty much the same work as the other one. New chassis, new space frame, and an overhaul of the mechanics and all that. I don't think I'm going to do that anytime soon because I have so many other projects that I would like to fix beforehand, but I just couldn't resist. This is orange, just like the other one I got, which has been painted. But anyway, they are both orange. The other one is a 4-seater. This is a 2-seater. And you know what? This is from 1975. There is 6 numbers between the chassis numbers on the one in the garage at the moment and this one. That's quite amazing, and just by chance. The first Citroën Méhari came out in 1968 and they were produced until the early 80s. This is one of the early ones. There is a slight difference on the front end of the old versus the new Mehari, but other than that it's pretty much the same. This is, on the mechanical side of things, pretty much just a 2CV or a model. The frame is slightly shorter. It is coming out a bit more on the 2CV, but other than that it's the same brakes, it's the same system overall. It's a 602cc flat twin petrol engine, delivering around 30 or 28 in this configuration. I think you could get them at 32 as well. A really nice revvy engine, even though it doesn't have a lot of power. It's built like a little race engine with an oil cooler and all that, so it can stay on full throttle all day long on this one. It's a really reliable unit as long as you can keep the temperature low. It's a nice engine. This one, unlike my other Mehari, is a 2-seater. On the other one we have 2 seats that folds up like this. But this is just a 2-seater. A van that makes them cheaper to buy back in the days. You are only allowed to sit 2 in them. In Denmark there is a rule that a van needs these kinds of numbers on the side. This tells you how much cargo weight you can be allowed to carry and what the total weight, the car and the cargo weight combined. So this one got 400 kilos of cargo weight. And if you subtract the 400 from the 950, you will get 550. And that's the weight of the car, 550 kilos. It's a light one. The Mehari is the first car in the world, I'm pretty sure, that is built of ABS plast. Glass fiber was not uncommon back in the days, but plast was a bit different, the ABS. It's pretty much the same stuff that Legos are made of. It's colored all the way through and it will dissolve if you pour acetone on it. But it's quite durable and flexible, and yeah, you can see it got a lot of cracks and stuff like that, but remember this is from 1975. The Mehari is a bit of a kit car kind of thing, and you can change a lot of stuff on it. Normally you get a scaffolding kind of roof with a cloth over it. Unfortunately that's missing on this one and also on my other one. So this is an open car all the time. The only thing this one still has is these that are supposed to be put on right there. And then by some metal piping you can connect it to the windscreen and make a small roof. Not on this one though. Then we have some very, very simple doors. They can also be unhinged and taken completely off if you don't want doors. It's driving a Mehari is a very interesting thing because you can actually touch the tarmac while driving if you want. Don't do it though, but it's possible. It's a really weird sensation. Another party piece is this. And remember, this was actually bought as a cargo van back in the days and used as one. Very often it would be used at vineyards or something like that, that needed a small car that could go on the field between the fields and maybe go to the market to sell some stuff off the back. You could open up the rear hatch like this and get room for longer stuff. And like all 2CV models, the suspension is really something special. It's not a hydraulic Citroen, but still the suspension setup is really soft, really comfortable, and you can drive these at pretty high speeds on bumpy roads without it being very uncomfortable. Hi, Mish. And as you can see, it's really soft. Hi, Miss. Just like the 2CV, the Mehari is a simple car. This one actually got quite a lot of extra stuff on it. I can see, for instance, we got some speakers down here. I haven't found any radio or anything like that, but there is speakers. It's missing a key, and it's missing the actually ignition thingy. It could be converted to just a starter button. Very often they are converted to that, and then no key is needed. This one got the right steering wheel, unlike my other one. Let's see if I can see any mileage. Oh, 50,350, and it will of course reset at 100,000. But it's not the most comfortable car to drive on longer distances, so I don't think it's not unlikely to be true kilometers the 50,000. So yeah, you can take a look at the rubber. It's not really worn on the clutch, so 50,000 I think is pretty realistic. And what is this? I don't think it fits this one. Another really funny thing about this is this glove compartment. Oh, there we have the brake pedal, slightly worn, and a lot of snails. This is the gear stick, umbrella gears. This is the handbrake, choke. Yeah, this is for the heater mechanism. Not very usable in this configuration, I know. Let's take a look at that engine. I just love this detail. Of course it's broken and I need to make some new leather parts for this, but it's just the coolest way to latch up. Yeah, it's that simple. And there we go. One Citroën Méhari engine. It is not stock as far as I can see, because it didn't come with this kind of carburetor back then. This is a double Solex, and normally it's just a single barrel on the Mehari and a different setup on the intake system. So I think it has gotten a 2CV engine, or at least a 2CV carburetor. Another thing, yeah, it's still got the drums though. Very often they are changed for discs because the 2CV got disc instead of drums. I prefer the drums actually because it's more closed, and you can get a lot of oil down here in this area. You don't want oil on your brake discs, so this is not stock either. It looks like some kind of school bell is fitted instead of the horn. I bet that sounds fun. Let's check if there's any oil on the engine. There is, that's a good thing. This engine is Oh, it's looking rather clean down there actually. Air cooled, so no coolant to worry about. They very often are just fine from standing, in my experience. They very rarely get stuck. The worst thing that happens, and that happens actually quite a lot, is flaking of the exhaust system and the intake that will just fill it up. So you have to check if there's crap in there before starting them up. But other than that, they are pretty rigid. So this was just an introduction of the latest project. My plans for this is to start it up and drive it into my storage facility, because I don't know when I'm going to work on this. Don't think it will be anytime soon, because remember, I have quite a lot of ongoing projects, but I just couldn't resist this one. They are worth quite a lot of money, and also they are so fun, and I got it for an okay price, and it was just too hard to say no. The next video I would like to try to start it up, drive it for a bit in the garden of course, and then put it in my storage facility. So I'm gonna go buy some fuel, a new battery, and hopefully we can make this run. Stick around for the next video. See you in the next one.